Story 1, AITA for canceling my brother's baby shower after he made a hurtful joke about my miscarriage. I am the oldest sibling out of 4 and my brothers have always been rough on me because I'm a girl. By the way, I'm the only girl my parents had and all of my brothers are 1 year younger than me, they were triplets. I've always been the one to be a second mom to my brothers because whenever our parents couldn't get it I would. One of my brothers had found a wife and they've had a baby girl. I am very close to my brother and his wife, and even his wife was excited to have me as the baby's aunt. I love this baby with all of my heart, being that this is my first niece and I plan on spoiling her because I'm financially stable. And even though I'm not wealthy I still have a good amount of spending money. I also had a miscarriage about 2 years ago that was really hard on me, so having a baby that I would be close with was extremely emotional and exciting for me. On the other hand, my brother is not. He's very traditional and wants to be the breadwinner, provider of his family. He and his wife want to have a baby shower, but it would mean they would lose a great sum of money they can't afford. I've offered to pay for the whole thing because I love them and the baby, plus it would be a beautiful moment for both sides of their family. My husband and I coordinated with them and paid for anything they wanted for the baby shower. A few weeks before the baby shower, my brother, his wife, my husband, and my other brothers were at our parents' house for a football game. The topic of babies and the baby shower they planned came up and my brother made a joke saying, "I'm glad my wife is in working condition so we could be the first ones to have a baby. It feels good to be the first sibling for something." That really hurt because I was so excited to be having a baby, but when me and my husband got the news it devastated us and it took us a while to become better. I went home crying and I blocked my brother on everything. I couldn't believe how inconsiderate and insensitive he was, especially after I gave him everything. I texted him one time saying, "We won't be paying for your baby shower anymore. What you did was horrible and I don't want to speak to you again." He told our family and now they're all trying to contact me, but I don't want to hear it. So Reddit, am I the jerk? Update: I've been reading a lot of the comments and I would like to thank everyone who gave their support and opinion. I will be answering some common questions I've been hearing. What was the sister-in-law and family's reaction? Everyone did not agree with this comment and the sister-in-law was really mad. He even said something so rude. She texted me how sorry she was in his behalf and she says she totally understands why I made my decision. Did he apologize? He believes he did nothing wrong, so he's standing on his action. While I'm upset by his blindness to how this could be hurtful, I'm not the kind to argue until I get an apology. I have made the decision to try to still give my sister-in-law a baby shower because she deserves it. I don't want to ruin my relationship with her or my niece, so I'm trying to figure out a way to give her a baby shower and still hold my grounds with my brother. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. Story 2, AITA for telling my parents they better start saving for my sister's long-term care because I won't take care of her when they're gone. My parents have my sister 14 female and me 17 male. My sister is autistic. She's very verbal and has issues with social cues and generally isn't very easy to be around. She says pretty mean things to people and she's the worst to me. She does not have any kind of filter and I struggle to be around her. Sometimes I have to leave the table when we're having dinner or leave the house when she starts because I want to so badly explode on her. My parents always tell me I need to understand, it's the autism, she's learning, she's working with therapists on the behavior. They will tell me over and over to be understanding. On more than one occasion my parents scolded me for walking away, and I asked them directly if they would rather I tell her to fuck off. My parents said I shouldn't think that about my sister. I told them they don't even know the half of it. They were appalled by that. But I don't want to be called a dumb fuck or told I'm ugly, to have her laugh at me when I do badly at math. I have dyscalculia, to have her make fun of me because I was upset my boss was hospitalized and he was pretty sick for a while. She's mean to a lot of people to the point I don't even bring my friends around the house or her ever. But like I said, it's worse with me and it's all the time. The other side of things is my sister cannot be left unsupervised for long. She goes into her own world and will not eat or use the bathroom when needed. There were times she had extra tests done to see if anything else was going on. But nope, she also needed to be hospitalized before to help her with issues that came up as a result of her not using the bathroom or eating. My sister will shut down regularly and it has put her in some dangerous situations. She will always need more help and won't ever be capable of living entirely on her own. My parents' plan was always for me to take care of my sister when they are no longer able or when they're gone. I didn't mind before, but now, no, I'm not doing it. I do not have the patience to love her through all her trashy behavior. It was always there, but it gets worse the older she gets and I would not be a good fit. I could not just take it and I don't want to. I don't want to take care of her. I wish I didn't have to see her every day as it is. A week ago today my parents were telling me I needed to learn to be more patient, and understanding with my sister because I would take care of her one day, and I told them they need to start saving for her future care because I won't do it anymore. I told them I will not deal with that every day for the rest of my life. I told them I want a family one day and I would not expose my kids to her. They were angry and told me she's my sister and I need to do better. The past week has been strained with them telling me I'm treating her worse right now than she ever has. AITA. Story 3. AITA for telling my in-laws it was on them to explain to their guests why there weren't any places for them at my wedding reception. I married my husband last weekend after about a year of planning. The ceremony went off perfectly even with kids in the church. The formal photos weren't delayed. No one got drunk and wrecked anything. No one insisted on bringing their emotional support goat. The only hitch was that my in-laws invited about 10 extra people without telling us. Not relatives or anything, just friends of theirs we did not invite since we don't know them. I did not notice them at the ceremony, and it wasn't until the reception that there were issues. There was no seating for them. Our best man and groomsmen found a folding table and chairs for them to sit at. There was food, we went with a buffet, but since we sent the tables to eat by number and they didn't have a number, they were sent last after everything had been picked over. My in-laws were embarrassed that their friends were being treated that way. I, very politely, asked them what they expected when they invited people without telling the people planning and paying for the wedding. They said we needed to go apologize for their treatment. I said I would, but I would also explain that they had not actually been invited. If they wanted their guests told anything else, then they had to go explain. They are upset with me. My husband has my back 100%. I think I could have been more gracious, but I also think it should not have fallen on us to deal with it. Story 4. AITA for saying that I will support my son's children but not his widow. My son divorced his wife of 10 years to get together with their nanny. I told him that he was making a mistake but that he was an adult and could make his own decisions. He became a trashy father to his children. I wish I could say differently, but there it is. I did the best I could to ensure that my grandchildren knew they were loved and part of a family. My ex-daughter-in-law also remained. We had known her for 14 years and she was always kind and friendly with us. We used the money we were going to leave to our son and set up educational funds and a trust fund for his children he was neglecting. My son had 2 children with his new wife. She always held it against us that we told him that she was a mistake. We didn't get to see them very much. She didn't want them around his older children. She didn't want to be around his first wife. It never ended. My son passed away last year. He left her a life insurance policy and a lot of debt. She was a stay-at-home mom and her only job previously was being a nanny, and I'm not sure she would get a good reference from her previous employer. She used the life insurance to pay off all of their debts, including the mortgage on their home. But now she has started to run through the savings she had. She came over with the kids to see if we would give her money from our son's inheritance. We told her that it was spoken for. We said that we could help her out with stuff for the kids but that she would need to get a job to support her family. She said we were family, so I said that she had basically ignored and sidelined us for years. We are only family now that she needs us. I said that we would take care of our grandchildren but she needed to work. Afterwards I was discussing it with my spouse and they feel I was harsh. That she just lost her husband. I said that she just lost her meal ticket. Story 5. AITA for going through my friend's closet to find my wedding dress. 2 years ago, my husband and I were doing some renovations to our house. I didn't want my wedding dress to get damaged or lost in the process, which, considering we did lose a few things during the renovation, I was right to be concerned. My friend offered to keep it in her closet until the renovations were done. After we finished the renovations, I asked my friend for the dress back. She kept saying she'd get back to me. I kept asking and she'd make up excuses. I found it weird. Now, my sister is getting married and she wanted to wear the dress. This was our mother's dress and we always agreed we'd each wear it. I told my friend I need it back. She claimed she couldn't find it. I was perplexed because how does it just get up and walk away? She apologized and offered to pay me the cost of the dress, which I turned down because it wasn't about money. The dress was sentimental and I felt terrible my sister couldn't wear it. My friend and her husband went away. I was there to water their plants and feed their dogs. I decided to go look myself. The closet was very cluttered. I eventually found the dress. I can totally believe that she missed where it was and she wasn't being malicious in the slightest. The box was tucked behind a few larger ones containing seasonal clothes. I texted her saying I found the dress. Instead of being happy for me, she asked why I rummaged through her closet. I said I just wanted to double check. She told me I had no right to go through her things. I said that because of her clutter, my sister almost didn't get to wear a dress she always dreamed of. My friend told me that I could have asked her to look again, but I pointed out it took 2 years for her to even look in the first place. AITA.